This weekend, Guy Ritchie's newest film, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, comes out in theaters. Should you go see it? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, Kernels, to another movie review. Today we're going to be talking about the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, a movie that has a pretty long title and kind of just exactly what I was expecting out of this movie. So real quick before we dive into this, if you are new here, consider subscribing so you don't miss a single review or reaction coming out of my channel lately. Let's dive into this review. So the movie revolves around this British covert team that is trying to basically sabotage these Nazi ship vessels and just do a lot of damage to them for World War II. However, the catch is that this team can't just be, known by the government. It's a very covert thing. Not even the British government can know about it, nor can the Nazis, obviously. So they're kind of just like two brick walls on either side, and they can't get touched by either of them. The first thing that I thought of when this movie ended was it felt like a very huge mixture of Inglourious Basterds meets Kingsman. As someone who watched the third Kingsman movie, The Kingsman, it was very similar in that sense. There are a few things that I do want to critique in kind of going with that, but I'll get to that in a second. I do want to say I thought that the cast worked really well here together. A lot of the cast was pretty big name actors. Henry Cavill was in there. Alan Ritchson is in there. And honestly, just a lot of really good supporting cast with this. Again, I thought they all worked really well together as this kind of covert team. I did find the plot to be a little slow at some points. There was this whole kind of 20-minute segment where it was really slow. And it was kind of right in the middle of the movie. And I know that's typically when those kinds of things happen, but I don't know. It just kind of was nothing was really happening. I think my biggest critique with this was that I knew going in that this movie had an R rating, and I was expecting a lot more gore or just cool killing cinematic shots. And I wish that's what we got, because there was more of just it was that kind of quick kill kind of montage stuff that they do a lot. Where it's just oh, they kill him with the guns, and that's fine and all. I do like that stuff, but for a movie about, a covert ops, and just, they describe these guys as being kind of crazy and just that's why they hired them. I wish we got to see more of that side of this movie. Also, for a movie about killing Nazis, and just kind of going full, they don't even care, I was hoping for a little bit more of, I don't know, badassery. There's also this side plot with Miss Stewart and Mr. Herons, and it's kind of interesting. It kind of just sets up what's going to later happen in the movie. That's kind of all it is you get to see that little build-up for the end of the movie. I will say there was some good comedy, and there were some moments that kind of made me laugh, and some exchanges between certain characters. Also, there was this really funny moment when they rescue their one friend, where I guess they were electrocuting his nipples, and when they get there, he's just kind of calm in the background, but he's hey, the battery's still on, could you turn this off please, because his nipples are literally bleeding through his shirt. I don't know, I just thought that was a weird way to go about that. But overall, I had fun. Again, I thought the cast was really good, and I really liked Henry Cavill in this kind of role. And I'm sure he looked like he had a lot of fun doing it. So, if you're a big World War II buff, you might enjoy this a little bit more than I did. Again, I still enjoyed it. I believe I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd, so a pretty decent review. But it just is kind of there. Again, I had fun with it. I don't know if I'd particularly watch it again, but I definitely had a decent time with it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more movie reviews coming soon. Until then, guys, peace.